To start, can you tell me a little bit about your current role and your main responsibilities?
My current role. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but yeah.
Could you tell me more about what you mean by my control?
No.
Are you referring to your responsibilities in your current role?
Okay, here it is. My current role right now is I'm an independent trainer contracted by government institutions and private institutions. So my role is to create online courses and then to implement them into training. I also help out in training trainers as well. So from the design of the training program to the development of the materials to the implementation of the training, making sure that the training went smoothly up to the assessment of the training program. So that's one of the things that I do.
Thank you for sharing about your current role. Could you list your main areas of expertise and the types of topics you most often create courses or training programs about?
My areas of expertise are into digital skills training, mostly virtual assistants training for online jobs, social media management. I also do e-commerce training, and then I am also into training MSMEs, that's micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs, in order to bring their businesses online. So that starts from brand development, branding, of course, e-commerce, social media marketing, and then I also handled digital transformation for educators. So that's where we designed training programs for teachers on how they can use AI and other technologies in order to speed up the process of their, let's say, for example, lesson plan creation, how to gamify their materials, how to ensure engagement in the classroom, those stuff, and also making sure that the assessment of their students runs smoothly, more accurately, and more efficiently.
Thank you for explaining your expertise. Let us start with your work on virtual assistant training. What advanced tools or platforms do you recommend for virtual assistants to increase productivity? And how do you train participants to use them?
Well, for virtual assistants productivity tool, I mainly recommend Trello. I also ask them to check out on ClickUp. So those are some of the productivity tools being used by virtual assistants right now in order to first organize what they need to do for a certain day, learn how to prioritize tasks, and make sure that they know how to collaborate with their team members, making sure that one task is being done properly, and then the next person that needs to do it is on track. And then how do I train participants to use them? I normally ask them to create the account on that specific tool, for example, Trello. Make sure that all of the lessons are being added as a card inside the Trello so that they will have this, practice exercises. I also ask them to add the list, put deadlines, invite collaborators, and really experience the whole tool from start to finish.
Beyond Trello and ClickUp, are there any advanced automation tools or integrations you teach to virtual assistants? For example, tools like Zapier or Make? And can you give an example of how you incorporate automation into your trainings?
The best automation lesson that we teach is the automation done in MailChimp. We do not teach Zapier, or let's say go high level for the specific training that we're doing, because it's mainly the first level kind of program for virtual assistants. The trainees don't have any knowledge as to online work or digital skills, so we're trying to give them the easiest skill possible. So one of the lessons that we did was the MailChimp, teach them about email marketing and email automation. So I think that's the closest thing. And also the website creation using MailChimp's integration with Wix.
Can you walk me through a practical exercise you use when teaching email automation and MailChimp to beginners, including the key concepts you emphasize during the session?
Well, initially I give them like the definition of terms, background, and what email marketing is all about. What are the the important things that needs to be done, that needs to be prepared before creating an email marketing campaign. Like, for example, what is email marketing, what is email sequence, how do the sequence should look like, and then what is a campaign, what is the client's goal, and how to align the campaign to the client's goals. Once that is established, I give them example on how to create an email marketing campaign, citing example on how we used to do that prior to AI. So because before AI, we used to really write those emails manually, but right now with the use of AI, we can easily create the email sequence with just a few prompts. So I also teach them how to do prompting to get out the best output possible for an email marketing campaign. Once that is established, then I also ask them to create, of course, an account with MailChimp, teach them the different kinds of templates, and then what are the different features inside email marketing campaign, and then teach them how to add the audience, segment the list, and then create the email itself, how to load up the campaign emails in the email marketing, and set up the automation, include integration, for example, in a Calendly link, make sure the buttons are working, the social media buttons are working, stuff like that.
Thank you for sharing those details about your experience and training methods. I would like to shift the focus now. Can you tell me why you were interested in an opportunity with Mercor?
Oh, I'm very much interested because AI or machine learning is very much in the game right now, and everybody needs to upskill. Otherwise, other jobs will really, be left behind if you won't upskill. I am very interested in Mercor's job because I will also learn aside from working, and I can see that the kind of knowledge that I will gain when I work with Mercor will really upskill my skill as an online professional, specifically with AI. There are so many things that needs to be learned with AI and machine learning, and I am in on it, and I'm excited to do it.
Thank you for explaining your interest. When you mention upskilling in AI and machine learning, are there any specific areas or applications of AI that you are most eager to learn or work with at Mercor?
Maybe because I am really into training and training development. I am mostly interested into that kind of industry, anything that has something to do with training, with passing on the knowledge and skills to other people. I am mostly interested with that. Normally when I learn a new skill, I make sure that I fully understand it and I know how to teach it, and maybe that's also one of my main motivator, to make sure that I learn the skill enough so that I can teach it to others.
Thank you for clarifying your motivation. In your view, what is the biggest challenge in teaching others to adopt AI tools, and how do you address this challenge in your own training sessions?
One of the biggest challenges is the variation in the knowledge and skill level of the trainees. That is always one of the biggest challenge for every trainer. However, it should start with the recruitment of participants, making sure that the goal of the training aligns with the participants' skill level. For example, if we're going to teach somebody AI, you need to have a participant that already knows the basic digital skills and the basic knowledge of AI, not just a first timer who doesn't know how to turn on the computer and who doesn't know what a mouse is. That's one of the biggest challenge, I think. However, in our line of work, it's not always guaranteed that you will get the cream of the crop kind of trainees. So a trainer should also learn how to adapt to the varied skill set and varied experiences of the trainees. And I think that's what makes training fun and challenging at the same time.
Thank you for sharing your perspective. When adapting your training to varied skill levels, what specific strategies or techniques do you use to ensure that both advanced and beginner participants benefit equally from your sessions?
Well, I normally, at the start of the training, aside from the training needs analysis that should be done prior to the development of the training, I normally ask them, like, during the getting to know you stage for the first day, normally it happens, I ask them what their goals are, why they joined the training, what their past experiences are, and then they are how are they imagining the training would be, and then from there I get to have a clear understanding of their differences in terms of skill level. So I normally group them, making sure that one group, for example, if I have 25 students, I group them into 5, making sure that one group has at least one beginner, one medium skill level student, and then one at least the best student that has some more experience among them. That way there's a mix of skill levels per group, and then they are able to help each other, not pull each other down, but make sure that they help pull each other up. And then I normally assign a team leader that is mostly the one that has the most experience, and then I of course make sure that I incorporate them the spirit of collaboration and in helping each other achieve the goal of the training, which is of course mastery of everyone regardless of what skill level they are from.
Thank you for your detailed answer. The interview is now over. You can leave by pressing the end call button.
Thank you.
Before